Welcome back to A Moment in History. I'm Seth Udinsky. Many older Americans remember all too well the exact moment that they found out about the World Trade Center attacks on September 11, 2001. But what is not as well known is the first major terrorist attack perpetrated at the hands of Islamic extremists at the World Trade Center. On February 26, 1993, a conspiracy executed a plan to bomb the World Trade Center. Let's explore this horrific plot, as well as the providential way in which it ultimately did not succeed in its goal. The 7 terrorists, 6 of whom have since been captured and one whose whereabouts are unknown to this day, executed the plan in which a stolen car full of explosives was driven into the underground level of the World Trade Center and detonated right around noon Eastern Time on February 26, 1993. The blast killed 6 people and injured over 1,000 more. Thousands of employees at the World Trade Center were evacuated, as many feared for the structural integrity of the towers. The towers survived the blast, and the United States government instituted a manhunt for the terrorists in the months that followed. And as we saw earlier, they successfully apprehended 6 of the 7 criminals. Now, providentially, the attack ultimately failed in its mission. U.S. intelligence learned from one of the criminals in captivity that the conspired plan was to detonate enough explosives at just the right location so as to knock one of the towers over and then have it fall into the other tower, thereby taking down both in one fell swoop. In the providence of God, this mission failed and many lives were spared. Sadly, though, this attack was in many ways simply an ominous prologue to the horrific attacks on 9/11, where Islamic terrorists did succeed in taking down both towers. Reports from one of the longtime guards at the World Trade Center, a man who survived the '93 attack but died in the 2001 attack, said that he had a hunch after the '93 bombing that the next attack on the towers might come from the skies. He was proved right in the end. But if the 1993 bombing and the subsequent 2001 attack prove anything, it is the resolve and fighting spirit of the American people, many of whom were at their best when the country was facing its darkest hour. Thanks so much for joining me once again for A Moment in History.